Welcome to Law You Should Know. The law affects every aspect of our lives, our home, our jobs, and our recreational activities. Now you can learn about the law and how to protect yourself against the loss of your liberty or property. Learn how to stand up for your rights and seek compensation when you have been wronged. Your host for Law You Should Know is attorney Kenneth J. Landau with the Mineola law firm of Shane, Dox, Denisi, and Corker. He's a member of the Committee on Professional Ethics of the Bar Association of Nassau County and counsel to the Nassau Academy of Law. And now, here is your host for Law You Should Know, attorney Kenneth J. Landau.
Hi, this is Ken Landau, and welcome to Law You Should Know. Today we're going to discuss safety in your home, and our guest is the Honorable Nancy Harvey Stortz, who's an expert in home safety, and she's a former chairman of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. She's also an international safety consultant and the author of 3 highly acclaimed books on safety, and you'll find out about those a little later. And she's a frequent television commentator and speaker, and when she's not busy with all those things, she's a real estate broker. Nancy, welcome to Law You Should Know.
Thank you very much to be with you.
And so why is safety in the home so important, and why is it a big concern of yours?
Well, it's a big concern of mine because there are so many accidents that happen, Ken, that are very preventable. And with all the products that are in the marketplace today, consumers really need to know what is safe and what is not safe, and that there is something that they can do about this. As chairman of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, I focused on so many of these issues, and it really makes a difference to know what you need to do to live a safe, happy life that doesn't have accidents involved with it.
And before you give us some specific tips, can you just tell us what the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is?
Absolutely. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is a regulatory agency. It reports directly to the United States Congress. As the chairman of it, I was appointed by the President of the United States and confirmed by the United States Senate. It has authority over 15,000 generic products. Most all of these are found in the home. And it has very strong regulatory authority, and it also has a lot of very, very good information that you can find on its website, which is cpsc.org. And it also does a very, very good job to really make sure that the marketplace is as safe as it possibly can be.
And people are hurt, and even homes are damaged through fire or other problems because of unsafe products or unsafe conditions in the home.
That is absolutely correct. There are so many fires that are still taking place. It's in the thousands. And so many of these fires are preventable, but unfortunately a lot of people don't realize that, and before they know it, their home has been, unfortunately, has gone up in flames, and it's been a very serious disaster. So that's why I've written books, and I'm involved with you on this show to talk about some of these issues so that people can know exactly what they can do to avoid a lot of these accidents and fires from happening.
And sometimes, in addition to damage to property, fires kill a large number of people every year, and most of them could be prevented.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why a smoke detector is so important. We discovered smoke detectors when I was chairman, and I'm very happy to report to you that now we have about 98% of the families have smoke detectors in their homes, which give them that early alarm that there's something going on that they need to be alert to, and they need to get out of that house because the fire is lurking someplace in that house.
And it's important for the homeowner or the occupant to make sure that smoke detector is actually working, and there's a sufficient number of them in key places around the home.
Absolutely. You should have a smoke detector outside of every bedroom. And on every floor there should be a smoke detector. Also, I recommend that people, where the heating elements are in the basement, the furnace, you should have one down there. You should also have one in the garage, because so many people, park a car in the garage, and those smoke detectors really, they've improved them so much now from where they were when we first started. So the smoke detectors are good, and a lot of them are built into the homes. The new homes all have to have them, but they also they need to be sure that they check those batteries to make sure that they're working, and make sure that the smoke detector, if it doesn't go by battery, that it is working. So they need to be checked at least twice a year.
And it can't hurt to have too many smoke detectors.
Absolutely. The other detector that consumers need to have, Ken, is a carbon monoxide detector. And the carbon monoxide is one of those silent killers. A lot of people don't even realize that they've got a faulty appliance, a faulty furnace, a faulty air conditioner, smoke that has been coming out of the chimney that could possibly be having carbon monoxide in it, and all of a sudden, if they don't have if they don't have one of those carbon monoxide detectors in their home, they could very easily be killed, and that is such a sad situation. Carbon monoxide detectors also should be outside of all of the bedrooms, just to make sure that you hear that little alert that something's going on that's wrong.
And also near where the heating system or the other things that can cause carbon monoxide, a carbon monoxide detector should be near those items as well.
Absolutely.
And people may be less familiar with these detectors, but they're available in any kind of big retail store or drug store, and it may cost a little bit of money, but you're talking about the value of your life.
That's exactly right. And what happens with the carbon monoxide is, a lot of times, if it's being emitted from that faulty appliance or the faulty heating system, people are asleep, and they don't realize that something's going on, and all of a sudden, they wake up and they've got maybe one or two of the people in their home have died because of this carbon monoxide. That's why that detector is so very important.
And if the detector goes off, it's important to get out of the house, because the carbon monoxide is in the air and you want to get out, and it's only going to get worse if you remain and linger.
Absolutely. Get out of the house immediately if you're hearing that sound of the detector. Then call 911, and the fire department will come out and check to see what's going on, where the source is, and they also will, and of course the medical people will also check the people to make sure that they haven't gotten it into their lungs, because it can be very, very serious.
And if it's not detected in time. And of course, if there's any other occupants or pets, you want to get them out as well.
Absolutely. You want to be sure that everybody is out, and out as fast as possible if you hear that carbon monoxide detector going off.
Now, sometimes we hear that faulty wiring or faulty appliances or extension cords or surge protectors lead to electrical problems that cause fire. How does that come about?
That's a really good point, Ken, and this brings up the point of a home inspection. I recommend that every home have a home inspection every year. And some people say, why every year? And it's because of exactly what you're talking about. One does not know what's going on behind the walls. And if you have a home inspection, they'll check for the electrical, they'll check for the plumbing, they'll check to make sure that the appliances are all working properly. They'll check also to see if anything has been recalled by the Consumer Product Safety Commission that you might have in your own home. So a home inspection being done by a qualified, certified, bonded home inspector is really critical. They cost about $400, and it is very much worth it, because during the year, during the wintertime, during the summertime, you just don't know what can be going on in your home. And if you have that yearly home inspection, you're assured to have it checked and replace what needs to be replaced, so you're not going to be the victim of one of those fires you talked about at the beginning of your program.
And if you have a heating system, you want to have a qualified person check it, maintain it properly, and also maybe as part of their service, they check for leaks and check for carbon monoxide.
Exactly. And the most important thing, as you say, is make sure that you have somebody that is qualified. And it can't be just the handyman. It has to be a qualified, certified, bonded home inspector. And they are very knowledgeable. Also, when they're doing that home inspection, they should check things like the chimney, to make sure that it is operating properly, that birds haven't left nests or squirrels haven't gotten in. That needs to be checked so that it's all operating properly. And another item that needs to be checked, Ken, is radon. Radon is a silent killer. It is the number 2 killer of lung cancer, and that's another silent issue. So a radon check needs to be done in every home to check to see if what the radon level is. It should be below 4, and that's by EPA standards. And again, you have a radon check. It takes about 3 days to have that done, again by a certified radon inspector, and then they'll check to see what the level is. If it's up above the 4, then it's a problem, and you need to have a radon corrective situation put into your home.
And what about lead paint? Is that also a similar concern?
This is a new issue. Lead paint has been one that people have been concerned about in the past, but now we're finding that in most real estate regulatory contracts, there is a lead-based paint inspection that should be done in the home, or the new homeowner has the choice of either having it done or not having it done. I recommend that they have a lead paint check done, because a lot of homes have had new windows replaced, and it could be in the sills and in the insides of the windows where the lead-based paint is, if it's an older home. And those flecks can fleck off and get on the floor, and if you've got little kids, they could get those little flecks, put them in their mouths, and all of a sudden they've got a lead-based paint issue.
And is that more of a problem of older homes?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We're going to take a short break now, but when we return, we will talk to the Honorable Nancy Harvey Stortz about other safe areas and keeping the home safe, and also about some of the books and other information available on her website. You're listening to 90.3 WHPC, the voice of Nassau Community College, and also over the internet at nccradio.org. We'll be back in a moment.
This portion of programming on WHPC is brought to you on behalf of the Nassau County Bar Association, helping both the public and lawyers since 1899. They are the largest suburban bar association in the country. The Nassau County Bar Association offers clinics where you can meet privately with an attorney to prevent or solve legal problems involving Hurricane Sandy, foreclosure, wills, or elder law. Speakers on almost any legal topic are also available to schools or community groups. They can also help lawyers advance their legal careers and offer a place to network. Learn more about the Nassau County Bar Association by calling 516-747-4070 or visit nassaubar.org.
Once again, we continue with Law You Should Know. From the Mineola Law Firm of Shane, Dox, Denise, Corker, and Sauer, here is attorney Kenneth J. Landau.
Hi, this is Ken Landau, and welcome back to Law You Should Know. We're talking about safety in your home, and our guest is the Honorable Nancy Harvey Stortz, and she is an international home safety expert. She's also the former chairman of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, was the first consumer advisor to the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture. She's an international safety consultant and the author of 3 highly acclaimed books on safety, and a frequent television commentator and speaker, and also a real estate broker. Nancy, just tell us about some of the books that you've written about home safety.
Yes, I've written 3 books, Safety in You, Your Home, Safe Home, and Safe Living in a Dangerous World. My most recent one, Ken, is Your Home, Safe Home. And the nice thing about that book is it's kind of like a great guide to all the issues that